The Birthday of the Infanta, to Mrs. William H. Grenfell of Taplow Court, Lady Desborough, by Oscar Wilde, narrated by Ray Ritchie. It was the birthday of the Infanta. She was just 12 years of age, and the sun was shining brightly in the gardens of the palace. Although she was a real princess and the Infanta of Spain, she had only one birthday every year, just like the children of quite poor people. So it was naturally a matter of great importance to the whole country that she should have a really fine day for the occasion. And a really fine day it certainly was. The tall striped tulips stood straight up upon their stalks, like long rows of soldiers, and looked defiantly across the grass at the roses and said, "We are quite as splendid as you are now." The purple butterflies fluttered about with gold dust on their wings, visiting each flower in turn. The little lizards crept out of the crevices of the wall and lay basking in the white glare, and the pomegranates split and cracked with the heat, and showed their bleeding red hearts. Even the pale yellow lemons that hung in such profusion from the mouldering trellis and along the dim arcades seemed to have caught a richer colour from the wonderful sunlight, and the magnolia trees opened their great globe-like blossoms of folded ivory and filled the air with sweet heavy perfume. The little princess herself walked up and down the terrace with her companions and played at hide-and-seek round the stone vases and the old moss-grown statues. On ordinary days she was only allowed to play with children of her own rank, so she was always having to play alone. But this birthday was an exception, and the king had given orders that she was to invite any of her young friends whom she liked to come and amuse themselves with her. There was a stately grace about these slim Spanish children as they glided about, the boys with their large plumed hats and short fluttering cloaks, the girls holding up the trains of their long brocaded gowns and shielding the sun from their eyes with huge fans of black and silver. But the Infanta was the most graceful of all, the most tastefully attired, after that somewhat cumbrous fashion of the day. Her robes were of grey satin, and the skirt and the wide puffed sleeves heavily embroidered with silver, and the stiff corset studded with rows of fine pearls. Two tiny slippers with big pink rosettes peeped out beneath the dress as she walked. Pink and pearl was her great gauze fan, and in her hair, which was like an aerosol of faded gold, stood out stiffly round her pale little face, she had a beautiful white rose. From a window in the palace the sad melancholy king watched them. Behind him stood his brother, Don Pedro of Aragon.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?